Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2022 Engineering Excellence Awards. My name is Engineer Ya Obenewa Okujeto, and I will be your MC for this evening. We recognize that most of you are still signing in, so whilst that's going on, we would ask for the safety briefing video to be played whilst we also wait for our special guest of honor. So if we can have the safety briefing video shown now. I hope we're all able to follow. I think most importantly, the washrooms, people will be asking, these can be accessed from the corridors. If you need to use the washrooms, you can ask the ladies in the back. They will show you where that is. Okay, thank you so much. I hope we've all signed in. I would kindly ask that we all rise so we can sing the Ghana National Anthem. After which we'll stay standing for the Ghana Institution of Engineering Anthem as well. We can't hear the anthem. Thank you very much. You may please be seated. We're going to make a little change to the program. We'll introduce our dignitaries at a later stage because we're still waiting for some more people to join us. But before we do that, I would like to acknowledge the president of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Engineer Reverend Professor Charles Enum Adams. You're welcome, sir. We also have with us the past presidents of the Ghana Institution of Engineering. I know we have a few more joining in, but please, for those who are here, kindly give us a wave. You're very welcome. And I'd like to acknowledge all council members of the Ghana Institution of Engineering who are here with us today. Myself. Okay. So distinguished invited guests, fellow engineering practitioners, nominees of the various award categories, the media, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening. I would like to call on the president, Engineer Professor, I almost would have gotten my head on the chopping board if we didn't start with a prayer. I would like to call on Engineer Dr. Patrick Bequin to lead us with an opening prayer. Please blame the Black Stars.
Well, Bible says in all things we should give thanks to God. So, shall we pray? Let's pray. Father in heaven, we want to thank you for such a time like this. We do thank you for your goodness and your mercies of our lives. We do thank you for this day. We thank you because you've been good unto us as a people, as a nation, and even as an engineering fraternity. I want to thank you for what you are using engineers to do in this country. And even today, as we recognize excellence, we pray that your name will be glorified. Everything that we'll do over here will go to glorify your holy name. Take charge over this program, over this meeting. Let everything go on successfully and let your name be exalted. We thank you. We exalt your holy name. In Jesus' name have we prayed with thanksgiving. Amen.
Thank you very much, Engineer Patrick Bequin, for that prayer. At this point, I would like to call on the president of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Engineer Reverend Professor Charles Enum Adams, to give us the welcome address. Please put your hands together as he walks up here.
Once again, I want to say good evening to every one of you. And, I don't hear your voice. Yeah, I mean, we lost. No problem. We can try again. I think, the loss probably made even some us almost forget to pray. But don't worry. Even Jesus, the Bible says that as they were eating, he took bread and then gave thanks. So it means he started eating before he remembered that he had not prayed. So sometimes something can happen and make you change the order of things, and God is not disturbed. It's true that we did not win, but we were not disgraced. But because of what we are here for today, we, to talk about excellence and to reward and honor and recognize excellence. When our team loses, we have to look at it and see how can we make it better next time, because that's what it is for. It's not accepting anything at all. So let me do the protocol and then say that I was going to say Mr. Chairman, but I don't know what I'm the chair. So, distinguished past presidents of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, and our mentors, and they are our leaders, they are our icons, and we treasure them so much. I call them the key owners of the institution, because their skin has gone into the institution for years, and they always want to make sure that things are done right. Council members, the executive director, the president-elect, partners and sponsors, provosts of engineering, vice chancellors of universities. I see vice chancellor of the academic city and some other people at the back. I think you should be somewhere in the front so that we'll know that you are here. Awardees or nominees who will be receiving awards today for your good work, our sponsors, and those who actually make us do or support us to do what we're doing. And I would like to mention particularly our guest speaker from the Volta River Authority, because they are the ones who support us. Actually, let me say that they support not only the institution, they also support the training of engineers. And I think it's very significant that to know that they are really at all levels supporting the practice, the training, and everything about engineering. Friends from the media, colleague engineers, ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to this evening's Engineering Excellence Award, which is probably the first after the COVID. During COVID, some people thought they were going to die. So, they did all the different efforts. But thank God we are here. And before COVID, we had Excellence Awards, but it's been a while. And we are back. I mean, our institution, your institution is back and is rebranding itself to make sure that what we stand for, which is excellence, we pursue it intentionally, purposefully, and we will also ensure that all our members, our institutions, and everyone that associates with this institution sign up to it. Why? Because that is the only way we can make our country a better place. Our country, Ghana, seems to have lost some values, or maybe we have not passed on certain values. So whether in schools or in the workplace or in the construction site, you hear all sorts of things. Like somebody is trying to build, I keep on saying it, when somebody makes a straight line, you're supposed to make a straight line, it's not straight, then it's always okay, it's not okay. When you want to buy reinforcement and then you go to say, do you want small half or big half? When you hear such things, it shows that the standards are deteriorating. And we at the Ghana Institution of Engineering exist to uphold standards, exist to uphold excellence. We want to be sure that this country will build infrastructure that will last. We want to build things to last. We want to build things to have value. We want to build and make sure that generations after us will benefit from the money that has been invested in infrastructure and systems in the country. That's why we are very excited to have you here this evening, especially because we're going to recognize people, institutions that have intentionally worked very hard. They are putting systems to work hard. They deliberately, because anybody can do anything, but to have excellence and maintain it, you must be intentional about it. You need to set systems in place to make sure that you can repeat it. Anybody can achieve excellence once in a while, but to have it as a culture, to have it as something that is part of you, you must talk about it, you must do it, you must show it, and it must be visible. So today, we are here to recognize and to appreciate people so that they can be seen as examples. What it also means is that if you don't do right, we will say it. And soon we are going to see a lot of things, like some of the roads that have been built that are not done properly. We have to say it. Some of they're building the motorway, and we have talked about it and talked about it and talked about it, and we patch it like plaster and then it comes off. That's not excellence. We can do better than that because this country has knowledgeable people. We know what to do, and we have to. If it's politics that is not making us do the thing, let's do something about it. Because we are people who know what to do. We have to support them. We have to encourage them. We have to let them do what is right. Now, let me tell you a little bit about our institution, your institution. Because over the last 1 year or so that I have been your president, we've been trying to build or rebrand ourselves. And if you look around, you will see that the Secretariat, we have given it a facelift. I mean, our brother, Governor, did his best, but we are taking it to other levels. Because we know that you and I will always want to see things done at the top. We don't want to be down. We may not be rich, we may not have a lot of money, but excellence is not about money. Excellence is about a culture that you develop and build and you value and the systems you put in place. And that is why we at the institution, we are strengthening our capacity, our branches. We are strengthening our technical divisions. We are making sure that the base is stronger and there is excitement in the regions. And if you look around, you will see that there are a lot of programs all over the country. And we are always having things done in the news. We are talking about education, we're talking about ethics, and let me also say that there's an leadership and ethics lecture coming on in December. Please do well to be here so that we can talk about what is right and promote what is right, so that in the midst of sometimes decay, when you have things, they will decay. Natural things decay. So if we're going to maintain excellence, we have to be deliberate, we have to be intentional, we have to strive harder, be diligent about it. And your institution is doing well to make sure that we put in systems. We've done a few modifications here and there, even to promote the women in engineering. Our Constitutional Review Committee has just submitted to Council to make sure that our women in engineering are given a stake at Council, so that, our Constitution, even though we know that women do a lot of things, we think that the time has come that their role and what they do is put at a certain level, and also our young people. So the young people, the institution recognizes you, and we want you to come on board and then bring all your energies, all the things that you know how, so that we can together build. Let me say that I don't know whether I'm old or young, because when I see some of the people on my left, then I know that I'm young. But when I look at the back, then I know that I'm old. So let me say that we need the wisdom of I don't want to say the ancient, because they are not. Just that they are very wise. So we need the wisdom of our past president, our seniors. We need the energy of the young people and the blend of the middle-aged people to ensure that this institution, that is our institution, the hope of Ghana. Let me tell you, The rest of Africa is looking up to us. If you travel around West Africa and the rest of Africa, everyone is waiting for Ghana to shine. And I can say that everyone is waiting for engineering to shine. Why? Because the doctors cannot do their work without we engineers doing what we do. Even the tools, everything that they do. Recently, I was talking to some medical people. They said, you make engineering look like it's the only profession that is important. I said, if you think I made engineering look important, then it's important. Because I was only talking about my profession. So if you think I've made it important, then actually you think it's important. Because you see, if engineering works, Ghana will work. If engineering works, Ghana will work. And so if you are not happy about what you see, that is the reason why you must come closer. That is the reason why you must volunteer. That is the reason why you must come around. Because together, we can build a healthy, vibrant, stronger, excellent Ghana institution of engineering. You see, our anthem says, Ghana, we can make the world a better place. We can make Ghana great. Indeed, if Ghana is where it is, it's because our engineering practice has helped it come far. But there is so much more ahead. And I want to say that this evening, as we recognize excellence in education, in innovation, in public service, in all the different categories, we may not be able to call your category, don't worry. We will have other awards. Keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on shining. Keep on serving Ghana well. Keep on making the world a better place. Because without your service, without your input, without your sacrifice, without your volunteerism, without all the things that you do and your money, even your subscription that you pay, without it, we cannot run a healthy institution. So I want to say thank you to all of you, and I want to say that we are here and we are happy, and I want to, especially on behalf of council, welcome you to this function, and I want to say enjoy it. Even though we didn't win, no problem. Enjoy the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so much for that welcome address, Engineer Reverend Professor Charles Anum Adams, my president. At this point, I would like to acknowledge one of our sponsors for tonight's event. We have the Volta River Authority as one of our main sponsors, and we'll play a short video from VRA to tell us a little bit about themselves, and then we'll call on 6 Strings to give us a musical interlude. So 6 Strings, please be ready. Right after the video, we'll ask you to give us some music. Thank you.
In 1915, a gorge down south of the River Volta was discovered to offer a potential for a hydroelectric dam by geologist Sir Albert Ernest Kitson. After many years of research, in 1961, the hope for its realization was brought to life by the elected president of independent Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Ghana undertook to finance 50% of the cost of Akosombo from its own budgetary resources.
You needed a very big consumer of that electricity, you see. So this was why they entered into negotiations with Kaisers for the aluminium smelter Valco.
The process to generate electricity at the powerhouse was designed for water to be allowed to fall at a height of about 60 meters onto the turbine at considerable speed through the penstocks. The speed of the falling water is made to drive the turbine, and the turbine in turn drives the magnet in the generator, since they are coupled. The movement of the magnet relative to the stationary conductors in the generator causes electricity to be produced at the voltage of 14.4 kilovolts.
This is Ghana's second hydro dam, the Pong Generating Station, constructed in 1982 as part of Volta River Authority's power expansion program. In 2020, the Pong Generating Station was retrofitted to increase its lifespan as planned.
The completion of this project is further proof, if anywhere needed, of the expertise of Ghanaian engineers and technicians and their ability to administer new technologies for the effective management of our power plants.
In 1997, the authority added a thermal generating source to diversify its power portfolio to meet growing demand.
The Volta River Authority came to you with a groundbreaking promise to construct a solar farm as an input to the transformation of the Upper West region.
Today's ceremony reaffirms the commitment of government to diversify the country's energy generation portfolio.
We can count nearly 60 years of lighting up homes and adding value to lives. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the story of the Volta River Authority.
I brought Mr. Miracle, the head of Africa from the World Bank, to visit VRA. And he could not believe that the whole thing was manned and managed from A to Z by Ghanaians. And he said in his own country, I won't mention it, they need Germans to keep their hydro plants running. We don't. Congratulations, VRA.
We are proud that our operations are carried out by ourselves. We plan, we develop, we execute, and we operate all by ourselves. That is really what sets us apart.
Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I was praying we win the match, so it'll make my job easy. But we are here. My name is Six Strings. I'm here with Sam on keys. Our first song is titled Enjoy Yourself. You work and work for years and years. You always on the go. You never take a minute off, too busy making dough. Someday you'll say you have your fun when you're a millionaire. Imagine all the fun you have in your old rocking chair. Enjoy yourself. it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink, 'cause the years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. You've got to take that ocean trip, no matter come what may. You've got your reservations, but you just can't get away. Next year for sure, you'll see the world, you'll really get around. But how far can you travel when you're 6 feet underground? Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink, 'cause the years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. See, you worry when the weather's cold, you worry when it's hot, you worry when you're doing well, you worry when you're not. It's worry all the time, you don't know how to laugh. They will think of something funny when they write your epitaph. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink, 'cause the years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Thank you very much. I hear I'll be back, so thank you very much.
Six Strings, don't go away yet. I actually think the lyrics of this song should be printed for everyone before we leave here today. I mean, it was just fantastic. And I saw my father's classmates nodding because they know that some of these things, if they knew what they know now. Good evening. So Six Strings, thank you so much. We would need you to come back a million times more and probably sing this once again. Some people probably didn't pay attention to the lyrics. I want them to seriously do that. So thank you so much. At this point, I would like to acknowledge another sponsor, Bui Power Authority, they've also been very instrumental, not only for today's event, but with the institution. So I'll ask them to show Bui Power's video for us as well. Thank you.
The Bui Power Authority, BPA, was established by an Act of Parliament, BPA Act 740/2007, with a mandate to plan, execute, and manage the Bui hydroelectric project and related matters. BPA owns and operates the 404 megawatt Bui hydroelectric plant on the Black Volta River. BPA's mandate was amended to cover the development of renewable energy and other clean energies with the Bui Power Authority Amendment Act 2020, Act 1046, in recognition of BPA's exceptional management of the Bui hydroelectric project. The authority boasts of exceptional local expertise and state-of-the-art equipment, executing exceptional innovation in generating renewable energy.
At the Bui Enclave, we are currently building another 150 megawatt P of solar. Also, very soon, we'll be going into the generation of 50 megawatt P of solar at Yendi. And also, very soon, we'll be going into 100 megawatt P of solar at Bolgatanga. And also, very soon, we'll be going into 100 to 200 megawatt P of solar at Buipe. We've also been given the 3 rivers in Western region, namely River Pra, River Ankobra, and River Tano. We are to explore the possibilities of generating hydropower on these 3 rivers. So we are looking for investors who will come in and invest heavily into renewable energy. I'm talking about still the hydro, the solar, the wind, the geothermal, and other sources of renewable energies that can help us generate more power cheaply for this country.
Thank you so much, Bui Power. And I would finally like to acknowledge Fabri Metal. Fabri Metal is also a sponsor for tonight's event. And I will also ask that a video be shown for Fabri Metal as well.
Built on a decades-long legacy, the Fabri Metal Ghana story begins in 2016 when a steel giant collaboration took place, pioneering the local manufacturing of high-tensile Fab 500 TMT rebars, a thriving industry in Ghana. Since then, Fabri Metal Ghana has grown to become a leading manufacturer and supplier of the Ghanaian construction and infrastructure industry. Encouraged by an ironclad vision, Fabri Metal Ghana boasts of a portfolio that comprises a diversified range of infrastructural steel units to drive nation building since inception. Our production facility, located in Chopoli, covers over 150 acres with an annual production of 150,000 tons. Welcome to Fabri Metal. Our range of products include Fab 500 TMT rebars and merchant bars manufactured according to the highest standards of quality, strength, safety, and durability.
Welcome to Fabri Metal Ghana. Fabri Metal Ghana is having facility of SMS, that is a steel melting shop, and TMT rolling mill. We are producing the TMT bar as per the standard of BS 4449. This is an international standard. Also, we have a certificate of Bureau Veritas. We have also certificate of GSA. We are following the ISO and OSA standard.
Our production facility is located here at Chopoli. With Fabri Metal, you are assured of quality and value for money for every range of our products you buy. Come with me as I walk you through our production process.
Quality and safety are of supreme importance every step of the way. Our state-of-the-art production facility covers from furnace to building and loading, with high-tech machinery and software that we use to execute and monitor the process. Our quality assurance capabilities are top of the line. The tensile strength of our materials are tested using fully computerized, tamper-proof testing machines with capabilities of 1,000 kilonewtons. Bending and rebending of the steel bars are done using latest equipment. The chemical testing of our material is done using technologically advanced atomic emission spectrometer. By today, we adhere to local and international standards such as ISO 14001:2015, Environmental Management Systems, GSA, and Bureau Veritas. We strongly believe in people's power. Taking into consideration, our mission is to enhance the living conditions of the people of Ghana by building sustainable livelihood. Our CSR Arm Fab Foundation aim is to consistently contribute to the welfare of the nationals by providing thousands of employment and career development opportunities, including health and education. Through specialized training and knowledge, we intend to empower Ghanaians to build a solid foundation for a strong, sustainable nation. Fabri Metal Ghana is currently in the process of commissioning new facilities by incorporating new technologies. Expanding our market reach, regional growth, and presence, currently we are one of the leading steel manufacturers on the African continent, with over 7 factories maintaining our position.
So thank you so much to our 3 major sponsors, Fabri Metal, Bui Power Authority, and the Volta River Authority. Very soon we'll hear or would have an address by the special guest of honor. But before we do that, I would like to acknowledge individually some people that are here with us today. I'll start with our past presidents who are currently here. I'm sure there are others who will join in. We have with us past President Engineer Asare Yeboah, Engineer Samuel Ampedu, We have Engineer Kwabwa here as well. And we have Engineer Mrs. Kalim Bouchadid, who is also currently the president of FAIO, which is the Federation of African Engineering Organizations. Please put your hands together for our four presidents. I would also like to acknowledge in our presence the president of Academic City. We have Fred McBagalorin with us here today. Welcome. The CEO of BRRI, Engineer Dr. Daniel Asenso Jembebi. We have the provost of the College of Engineering of KNUST, who's also representing the VC, Engineer Professor Kwabena Brichumnyako. In our presence, we have past Executive Director, Engineer Kwabena Ajapon, who is also a presidential aspirant. And for our sponsors did not only send money, but their CEOs and some representatives are here, so I would kindly like to acknowledge. For Fabri Metal, we have Eric Jean and Krishanthan Kumarvelu. I pray I pronounced your name well enough. Thank you. Additionally, we have from BUI, the Director of Commercial Services, who is representing the CEO, Pascal Kambonaba. And I will save the introduction of the representative of the Volta River Authority for the next person. I would like to call on the Executive Director of the institution, Engineer David Nyante, to introduce our guests. Thank you.
Good evening. President of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Engineer Reverend Professor Charles Anum-Adams, council members of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, our cherished past presidents of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, distinguished invited guests, fellow engineering practitioners, nominees of the various award categories, the media, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted to be introducing the guest speaker for this evening's event. Our guest speaker is a distinguished engineer and leader. I've known him for about 30 years now, a man who has mentored me and inspired me over the years. Indeed, he held my hands as a young engineer to join Sovereign and the Ghana Institution of Engineering. He is keen about GHIE activities and supports us in various ways. He is currently the Chief Executive Officer of the Volta River Authority, a position he has held since February 2017. Prior to this, he was involved in private engineering consultancy practice. He commenced his career with the Volta River Authority in 1985 and served in various capacities until the year 2002, when he took up an appointment at the Ministry of Energy as Director of Power on secondment until 2009. He has over 37 years of experience in the energy sector with detailed knowledge in functional and infrastructure development. He possesses tremendous expertise in strategic planning, policy formulation and evaluation, contract negotiations, as well as management of several multidisciplinary power projects. He is a member of several professional bodies, including the Ghana Institution of Engineering, International Hydropower Association, Society of Petroleum Engineers, and the Association of International Petroleum Negotiators. He also serves on the editorial advisory board of Hydro Review Worldwide, an international professional magazine on hydropower development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome our very own Engineer Emmanuel Nchidakwa. Good evening. Not there. I can understand Kala. Kala is very disappointed. He's lost his voice, I'm sure. Anyway, a good evening and a warm welcome to all of you to this evening's event. It's always been a privilege for me to be called upon to deliver addresses such as the one I'm going to deliver at significant events such as this particular one. Let me first begin by extending my heartfelt congratulations to the leadership of our institution. It's not GHIE, it's our institution. Both past and present, for steering this great institution over the last 54 years or so, and also been able to develop quite a number of engineers during that period. I'm proud to be part of this institution, and I have no doubt in my mind that the institution's quest to build and develop a strong world professional body by promoting integrity, accountability, and excellence in the practice of engineering in Ghana is very much on course, and I think we should applaud ourselves. I have greatly benefited from the mentorship and coaching of some outstanding engineers and non-engineers who have helped shape my career. And some of them are here. I don't necessarily want to call their names, but mentorship is an important part of our business as engineers. And I think the institution has done well in that. Let's applaud ourselves once again. And notable among some of the people who have been very helpful to me, they were shown in the VRA clip, Kesley Hayford, Kalichi, etc., etc. I think when I was much younger, Akwaboa, but he mentored me from a distance. I didn't work at his feet, but from a distance. But that's what engineering is about. You can mentor somebody through your achievements. That's what we should continue to do. So the world today, where are we? Mr. President, the world as we know it has changed significantly. The global community is grappling with the reality of climate change and its ramifications on our planet. This includes extreme weather conditions such as increased drought and flooding, among others, which is something that's in our sub-region anyway. It is said that climate change is one of the greatest environmental threats facing our world. And so indeed, just a few days ago, the world gathered in Egypt for COP27 on the theme, Delivering for People and the Planet, and also to discuss the important issue of climate change and the pathway forward. The chairman, we don't have a chairman now, Mr. President. We have also not forgotten that in the year 2020, the world came to a standstill as a result of the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. And to date, many countries, societies, businesses, and individuals are yet to recover from the scourge. The way we live, the way we interact, and the way we work has therefore undergone a radical change. So the theme for this occasion, engineering, resilience in the face of climate change and the pandemic, is not just one that is timely and relevant, but also thought-provoking. It's a clarion call on us in the engineering profession to strategically position ourselves to weather current and future challenges, and
as well as other uncertainties. Our resilience as a group, as an institution, is our capacity, as far as I'm concerned, to recover quickly from difficulties. It means toughness. So I'm glad the President said we should say what we have to say, and that's toughness for us. It's also our ability to respond, absorb, adapt to, and recover from a disruptive event, just like what we are experiencing today. As some of you may know, the concept of resilience, and I was very, very surprised when I read this. The concept of resilience apparently originated from the field of engineering. Now it has found its way into other fields over the course of time. So now bankers, finance people, health people, everybody talks about resilience. But we gave birth to resilience. Mr. President, the times we live in calls for us to be creative and innovative in order to offer pragmatic solutions to keep our businesses, our societies, and our country, Ghana, on a structured path of development. Let me just give one example. As a result of COVID-19, and I think this is common knowledge, we have had the opportunity to test how we can deliver results through remote working. The concept of remote working was unpopular in most parts of the world, certainly our part of the world, until the pandemic. Thankfully, software such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, among others, gained even more relevance and kept many businesses and institutions going during the pandemic. And I'm sure all of us here in this room continue to experience the benefit of these technologies. And on a lighter note, and this is really for my good friend Kala, some of us now can no longer give the excuse that I could not be at a meeting due to traffic. I could not attend the meeting because I had a puncture. Whether you like it or not, in today's world, you will have to be present at the meeting. That's what technology has done to us. That's what the pandemic has also done to us. So, Mr. President, it goes without saying that several areas of our national development are driven by and built on sound engineering. And time will fail me to tell of the many products of engineering that are serving us today in this country. Of course, being a VRA man, permit me to cite the example of the Akosombo and Pong hydroelectric dams, and also the Bui hydroelectric power plant, which contributes close to 40% of our energy requirements. But that's not the only one. We have roads, we have housing projects, we have bridges, etc. We engineers, and we should always remember that, we engineers have been known through the years as problem solvers and solution providers. And that is our creed. French will say that's our raison d'etre. That is what we should be trying to achieve as engineers. And so at the national level, the issue of climate change is on the agenda, not just at the level of discourse, but also in specific actions. The engineering profession in Ghana undoubtedly has a significant role to play in order to contribute within the context of the climate change discussions. This includes, but it's not limited, to professional practices, strategies, as well as infrastructure for climate vulnerability, and also, more important, risk assessment. And this is happening in other countries as well. Recently, I chanced on a report by the Ohio University, and the theme was building climate change, I'll take it again, building climate change resilient infrastructure. And it stated clearly that engineers must provide leadership in the design of climate resilient infrastructure from the planning and development stage to execution. That's our role. This I wholly agree with. It's nothing new, but we've got to ask ourselves, are we doing it? The report also highlights what most of us, I believe, know already, that planning and design with an awareness for the potential for damage and other environmental impacts is key. I heard the story about the Yamamoto Way. This is key. That's exactly what it is. My favorite issue is flooding in Accra. So, Mr. President, regarding an issue such as flooding in our cities, in particular Accra, we should be able to design Accra in a manner so that we can all be safe in times of floods. And shouldn't only be in Accra. Koforidua has a similar problem. Kumasi has a similar problem. And I tell you, with climate change, we should be ready to withstand bigger shocks in the near future. I know that these issues do not solely rest on our shoulders, but will require collaboration with policymakers. We engineers, we like to throw the things back to policymakers. That's our escape route all the time. But our voice must be heard, and our opinions and suggestions should somehow be able to feed into our national development through some form of advocacy. So the challenge, Mr. President, is that given the ongoing climate change and post-COVID dispensation, I would want us to consider some key issues. For those in the energy sector, we should ask ourselves, how can we design, build, and operate climate-resilient and smarter generation technologies and power grids, the VRAs, the grid codes, the ECG? How can we do that in a manner that addresses the challenges of climate change? To my colleagues who are civil engineers, how do we develop critical civil infrastructure that will stand the test of time? And by that, I'm referring to events, once again, such as floods and other adverse weather conditions occasioned by climate change. My good friends in the field of biomedical engineering in this room, how do we better prepare for the next pandemic? We know what COVID did to us. Are we ready for another pandemic? What are biomedical engineering people doing? In the same way, our colleagues in chemical, petroleum, geomatic, mining, environmental engineering, should ask ourselves, how can we exploit, develop, and produce our natural resources in a more sustainable manner? I believe we must explore how, as an institution, our institution, and as individuals, we can influence the value chain of our projects, whether through our clients or suppliers or colleagues, to be conscious of sustainability. And I believe that with greater collaboration and partnership, everything will be all right, and we will, in the future, be resilient. So the question to ask ourselves is that as engineers, what can we do to combat climate change, particularly in our sub-region? There's a school of thought that we should focus on renewables. I subscribe generally to that paradigm, but this, in the medium term, will not make a significant dent in our energy use compared to fossil fuels. They will continue to be around for a while. But now that natural gas is considered to be a transition fuel, thanks to COP27, I believe it will be worth our while to develop a strategy that optimizes the use of natural gas and renewables, particularly in power generation. The good thing is that both sources are indigenous and can be advantageous on a comparative basis. Another idea that I also subscribe to is for us to focus at a minimum to achieve a net zero carbon impact on all our project cycles and practices. Though I admit that this will require a policy slant, it is my expectation that our institution will have the opportunity to lead the charge in this particular area. This will, of course, mean a focus on understanding the life cycles of our projects in order to assure sustainability. We
fail to understand the long-term impacts of our infrastructural projects, society will be shortchanged. And as you are aware, all of us are aware, we are engineers to serve just one major objective. That is to make society better. So let us think big. And let us ask ourselves if by improving the envelope of excellence, we can reverse climate change. I will leave that to the institution to find an answer. And as they say in local parlance, I need not beat the side of the drum whilst the top is free. So, Mr. President, we as engineers, we've always pushed for excellence. We in Ghana, in particular, have set great brains that is sometimes a tragedy that we are still grappling with basic infrastructural issues. And so on a day like this, when we have gathered to celebrate excellence, I would like to leave us with a few thoughts. And I'll say it in a revised manner. Never should it be said that Ghanaian engineers could not find solutions to the provision of basic infrastructure in our country. Flooding of our cities every year should break our conscience. Never should it be said that Ghanaian engineers could not plan for regular and sustainable power delivery to support national growth. The scourge of doomsday will always be a blot on our conscience, including myself, working in the Volta River Authority. Never should it be said that Ghanaian engineers could not plan and deliver cost-effective electricity networks that assures that those living in the rural areas will have access to electricity for social and economic development. That will be a disappointment to society. And let it not be said that we could not find creative and innovative ways to deal with the impact of climate change in our sub-region. Future generations will not forgive us if we do that. The last one is the one that breaks my conscience most. Let it not be said that we engineers will not develop simple equipment to improve agricultural production in order to assure food security in Ghana. That's a failure that we shouldn't be proud of. And I can't understand why one of our big SOEs, state-owned enterprises, continues to buy cutlasses for farmers in this world. I disagree with that. So, Mr. Chairman, I'll just conclude because we need to have the ceremony start. This evening's event is not meant to find answers to all the matters that I've raised. It's about Engineering Excellence Awards, which I personally believe is a great and laudable initiative by our institution. Given by the number of people here, this is the right testament. And so for this reason, it's my expectation that we'll hear some exciting stories of men, women, institutions, engineers, non-engineers, who are playing a key role through research and innovation in our country's development. These persons should be duly recognized as such. And I do hope this will spur all of us on to strive for excellence in our various fields, especially in these days of what we call new normal. After the COVID pandemic, new normal. I especially like to challenge the guys at the back, the younger engineers, to team up in innovation hubs to come up with bright and relevant solutions to some of the problems we are grappling with. So, Mr. President, we are engineers. I believe, and I'm sure you also believe, that we know the limits of what is possible in this world. That's our job. So what should we do? Let us engineer and make things happen. Thank you for your attention, and let's enjoy the rest of the program. May God bless us all.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic address. And maybe because our president is also a reverend, let me say, in the words of Wesley's hymn, a charge to keep we have. And we all have heard you. We will play our part. We know that it's not a singular issue. There are other people who need to also play their parts, but the charge you've charged us as engineers, we promise that a charge to keep we have. Thank you so much. Please put your hands together for that wonderful keynote address from Engineer Emmanuel Entry Dakwa. After this, we would have another musical interlude by Six Strings, after which I would like to call on the Chair for Research and Awards. She has worked phenomenally to make this happen. She's put together a fantastic team that has ensured that today was a success. So after Six Strings, I would like to call on Engineer Mrs. Na Lamkai Kwe Ballard. She was my senior in Wesley Girls High School, by the way. And I would have her come on stage and tell us exactly why we're here, and which is why we are here. So Six Strings, if you're ready, please give us something as refreshing as the one before, if not better. And then after that, Nalam Kai will take the stage. Thank you so much.
Hello? Yes. Thank you very much. The Black Stars have not really affected my first one. I hope this one goes well. This next song is titled Just Do It. I hope you will pick something. Another 6 o'clock is here. Wake up and meet the morning, dear. Brand new day, it's a brand new slate. Like Barack say, yes I can. Don't let the worries of yesterday hold you down on this lovely day. Or look up in the mirror and say, yes I can. No, by your face, by your face. Na temwa we, na temwa we. Kani moko lakabo. Mega na madeke na blow. Na temwa we, na temwa we. Banyofe, banyofe. Kani mokola kabo. Mega na madeke na blow. Just do it, just do it. Just do it, just do it. Just do it, time is ticking. Just do it, just do it. Tired of lying to yourself yet? Don't you know who you are, your best bet? Who you waiting for, who you waiting for? You got all you need and more. They will only help when it's convenient. Tell you all of this is for experience. Just speak yourself and things will fall in place. When time flies, no one can catch it. So don't waste it, you'll regret it. Yeah, the time is now, the time is now. Just believe and say, yes I can. No, by your faith, by your faith. Not ten way, not ten way. Kani mokola kabo. Mega na madeke na blow. Not ten way, not ten way. By your faith, by your faith. Kani mokola kabo. Mega na madeke na blow. See, don't wait, the time will never be just right. Start from where you're standing now and work with what you have. Just work with what you got. See, no one said it would be easy. Anyone that ever made it said it wasn't easy. Well, look up in the mirror and just say, yes I can. No, by your faith, by your faith. Not ten way, not ten way. you very much. Photos is ways and namjas. Sibona kweze ganganjas. Amandu Gonzani ayasa. Muchayele ganjas. Photos is ways and namjas. Sibona kweze ganganjas. Amandu Gonzani. She's a rich girl. She don't try to hide it. Diamonds on the soles of her shoe. There's a poor boy, empty as a pocket with nothing to lose. Ta-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na. She got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Ta-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na. She got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Our diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Our diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Our diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Diamonds on the soles of her shoes. People say she's crazy. She got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Well, that's one way to lose this walking blues. Diamonds on the soles of her shoes. She was physically forgotten and she slipped into my pocket with my car key. She said, you taking me for granted because I please you. Wearing diamonds on the soles of her shoes. But I could say, ooh, ooh, ooh. I see if everybody here knows what I'm talking about. I see if everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that. She makes a sign of a teaspoon, he makes a sign of a way. The poor boy changes clothes and put on aftershave to compensate for his ordinary shoes. She said, honey, take me dancing, but they ended up sleeping in the doorway. While the bodyguards and the lights on the Broadway, wearing diamonds on the soles of her shoes. But I could say, ooh, ooh, ooh. I see if everybody else knows what I'm talking about. I see if everybody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Talking about that. People say I'm crazy, I got diamonds on the soles of my shoes. Well, that's one way to lose this walking blues. Well, diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Ta-na-na-na. 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 Ta-na-na-na.
much, Six Strings. Engineer Professor Charles Adams, President, Ghana Institution of Engineering. Engineer Emmanuel Inchidakwa, Distinguished Keynote Speaker, Past President of the GHIE, Executive Director, Council members, invited guests, fellow engineers, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The maiden edition of the Engineering Excellence Awards was held in December 2014 to award outstanding contributions of individuals and organizations to promote engineering excellence and innovation in Ghana. Today, we are gathered here for the 5th edition, with additional award categories in engineering research, engineering evangelism, and young students showing engineering excellence and innovation. We also have included a category for engineering craftsmanship for artisans and craftsmen, individuals or groups in both public and private sectors who have made outstanding contributions to public benefit through innovative and creative ideas. Due to the global pandemic of COVID-19, the period considered was from 2020 to 2022. The theme of the 2022 Engineering Excellence Awards is Engineering, Resilience in the Face of Climate Change and Pandemic. This year, we received the highest nominations of 53 since the inception of the EEA Awards under the following main categories: Practitioners or Projects category, Young Innovators category, and then the Public Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, the call for nominations was announced on 18th August 2022 and closed on 5th August 2022. An independent panel of assessors were constituted to evaluate the selected and select winners based on well-structured criteria and guidelines. The POA was chaired by Engineer Professor Frederick Amu Mensah, with the following distinguished engineers as members: Engineer Prof. Abna Obriu Yeboah, Engineer Prof. Isaka Yakubu, Engineer Mrs. Alberta Amankwa, Engineer W. Albert Viala, Engineer Dr. Margaret Bruce Mensah, and Engineer Eric Akwa. The POA submitted a report to Research and Awards Committee, which was further submitted to Council and subsequently approved by Council. A lot of logistics and planning go into the Engineering Excellence Awards, which requires funding. Requests seeking funding have been distributed over time with little or no response. The funding plan that we as a committee are advocating calls for practicing engineers, firms and associates to periodically contribute to the recognition and awarding process to provide an award fund for improving and promoting the EEA. We are pleased to acknowledge our main sponsor for the event, Fabri Metal Ghana Limited, and our main partners for the year, Volta River Authority and the Gamma Water Sanitation Project. We also would like to acknowledge Bui Power. Thank you for your continued support. We would like to thank the President, the Executive Director, staff of the institution, the panel of assessors, and not forgetting the Research and Award Committee members for making this award ceremony a success. Congratulations to all winners of the 2022 Engineering Excellence Awards. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Na. Before we dive into the thick of events, we did invite the CEO of MTN. Unfortunately, Selom Adadevo could not join us, but he sent two representatives. We have with us Magnus Kofi and Andrew Aitebole, if they can kindly wave at us if they're here. Thank you so much, and we appreciate your presence. I would like to also acknowledge the presence of the chair of the Wine Council, Engineer Mrs. Harriet Emisa Arthur. If you could kindly let us see. Thank you so much.
So we will start the main reason why we are here. We'll call on the panel of assessors, the chair, Engineer Professor Frederick Amomensa, to submit the list of winners for us so that we will start there. Thank you very much, Prof. So we have it. Yes. It's been sealed and, well, we will open it up and then, please, can you bring the awards and the citation in front? Thank you. Okay.
Whilst we're waiting for the citations, Six Strings, can we just have you play for us that first song? Just one more time, please. Just that first song. Yeah. So Six Strings is my younger brother, so I can bully him around. That's why I did this. He and I share a very special bond, and don't say it.
Hi, hello, thank you. She said I shouldn't say it. In the house, we all call her Nani. Nani is an amazing biker. She introduced me to biking. You believe me? Do you believe? She's a Harley rider. Please give her a round of applause to her. The song is titled Enjoy Yourself. You work and work for years and years. You always on the go. You never take a minute off, too busy making dough. Someday you'll say you have your fun when you're a millionaire. Imagine all the fun you have in your old rocking chair. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. You've got to take that ocean trip, no matter come what may. You've got your reservations, but you just can't get away. You turn around sure. But how far can you travel when you're 6 feet underground? Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. 'Cause the years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. You worry when it's hot. You worry when you're doing well. You worry when you're not. It's worry, worry all the time. You don't know how to laugh. They will think of something funny when they write your epitaph. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you. Thank you.
The committee will also like to present the winners to the president before we start the distribution. So we would like to invite Professor Amu Mensah so that
So officially, they've handed over the award winners to the chair. Okay, so we will start the presentation of awards. The first category is Practitioners Projects category, and we would like to call on Engineer Kwabena Ejapon to do the presentation for this award. The award is for Research Academic Industrial, and we will like to call on Engineer Kwabena Ejapon to present this award.
The winner is Engineer, in fact there are two winners. Engineer Dr. Williams Aka for Projects category. If he's here, he should come up.
We would like to show the nominees in a video form so that we can acknowledge all of them. Then we present them.
Engineer Dr.
And the
Williams
nominees
Aka.
are Baba Imoru Musa, Engineer Bismarck Otu, Engineer Professor Samuel K. Tulashi, Engineer Emmanuel Reku Brube, Engineer Felix Ni Cloque Tete, Engineer Dr. Francis Kumi, Engineer Dr. Williams Aka.
So the winners are Engineer Dr. Williams Aka, the next winner is Engineer Professor Samuel K. Tulashi.
Thank you very much. For the next category, would like to acknowledge the category is Practitioners Project category, most published author in engineering. And I'd like to call on the Provost, Professor Breachum Nyakon, to come and do that presentation. Can we actually have the nominees' names up?
Most published author in engineering, and the nominees are Engineer Dr. Francis Kumi, Engineer Professor Samuel Tulashi, Engineer Dr. Williams Aka, Engineer Dr. Shadrach Amponsa, Engineer Dr. Francis Opon,
The winner is
Engineer Dr. Williams Aka, Practitioner and Products category. The most published author.
For our next category, also under Practitioners and Projects category, we have Engineering Concepts and Innovations Award. And I would like to call on Engineer Emmanuel Entry Dakwa to present this award. This is for Engineering Concepts and Innovation. Can we kindly have the roll-up of the nominees?
Engineering Concepts and Innovations. And the nominees are Amandi Investments Limited, Associated Consultants, Engineer Benedict Atapuku, Engineer Bismarck Otu, Engineer Emmanuel Reku Brobe, Engineer Professor Samuel Tulashi, Engineer Dr. Shadrach Amponsa, Zongmain Engineering, SATEC.
The winner is Engineer Professor Samuel K. Tulashi.
So can we kindly have his profile up? Engineer Professor Samuel Kofi Tulashi is currently the Vice Dean of the School of Sustainable Engineering at the University of Cape Coast and an Associate Professor in the Industrial Chemistry Unit in the Department of Chemistry. Engineer Professor Kofi Tulashi's focus is on separation engineering, process safety, renewable energy, waste recycling, and environmental remediation. One next category, once again, under Practitioners Projects category, we have Engineering Concepts and Innovations. We have one more person. So we have Engineering Concepts and Innovation. And again, I would like to call on Engineer Emmanuel Inchidakwa to come back on stage. So we did have two winners for that category. Because we've rolled up the list, we'll go ahead and announce this winner.
The winner is SATEC.
SATEC is an agricultural technology product and service-oriented company that specializes in locally designing and manufacturing smart agricultural machinery that helps farmers and agribusinesses produce more and reduce their losses. SATEC's line of products include the multi-crop thresher series, multi-grain cleaner, cocoa pod breaking machine, animal feed mill, small-scale food processing machines, small-scale fertilizer, and biogas making machines. At this juncture, I would like to acknowledge that the boxes that you see being presented to the award awardees is actually by the kind sponsorship of Fabri-Metal. Thank you so much. So we move to the next category. We have, again, under practitioners projects category, the engineering business management. And I'd like to call on Eric Jean from Fabri-Metal to do this presentation. The nominees for this category, please.
Engineering business management. And the nominees are Associated Consultants, Engineer David Benayoun, Engineer Emmanuel Reku Brube, Engineer Eugene Entry Boisiakum, SATEC, Sino Hydro Corporation Limited, SMEC International Limited, Zongmain Engineering,
and the winner is Associated Consultants.
Associated Consultants is a Ghanaian-owned company with core areas of operations being highway and transportation engineering, civil structural engineering, architectural services, water, sanitation and environmental engineering, energy and industrial establishment, quantity surveying services, and the related fields in infrastructure development.
For the next award, we have Implementation of Engineering Solutions. We would also have Fabri-Metal present that award, and that is for Implementation of Engineering Solutions. Can we kindly have the award nominees?
Implementation of Engineering Solutions, and the nominees are Amandi Investments Limited, Associated Consultants, Engineer Emmanuel Reku Brube, Engineer Felix Ni Cloque Tete, Engineer Maxwell Akusakusi, Zongmain Engineering, SATEC, Engineer Dr. Shadrach Amponsa, Sino Hydro Corporation Limited, SMEC International Limited.
And the winner is Amandi Investments Limited.
Amandi Investments Limited is a leading civil and marine engineering solutions provider capable of providing, building, and managing large-scale infrastructure projects.
Next, we have the Distinguished Woman in Engineering Award. It's also under project category, and it's Distinguished Woman in Engineering Award. Can we kindly have the nominees?
Distinguished Woman in Engineering, and the nominees are Engineer Mrs. Sophia Tijani, Engineer Professor Elsie Efa Kufman, Engineer Doreen Jadel Intiamwa Asari.
And we'll kindly like to call on Engineer Mrs. Harriet Emisa Arthur, the Executive Partner of Arthur Energy Advisors, to present this award.
And the winner is Engineer Professor Elsie Effa Kaufman.
Engineer Professor Elsie Kaufman is the Dean of the School of Engineering of Science, as well as an Associate Professor and founding head of the Department of Biomedical Engineering at the University of Ghana. Engineer Professor Elsie Effa Kaufman has contributed immensely towards the development of science and engineering education at all levels in Ghana and beyond. Engineer Professor Elsie Effa Kaufman launched the Elsie Effa Kaufman Foundation in July 2022, a foundation that seeks to help bridge the current deficits in STEM-related programs in Ghana by providing necessary tools needed through practical study of engineering. Thank you.
For the next award, we have two winners, and this is for engineering craftsmanship. And this is the last award under the practitioners and projects category. So I'd like to call on Engineer Professor Frederick Amu-Mensah, Chair of the Panel of Assessors, to present this award. There are two winners for this award, so we'll go through the nominees and present these awards.
Engineering craftsmanship, and the nominees are
Who's it?
Anthony Lai, Augustina Nyaku Amwatin, Prince Dumevo,
The first winner is Prince Dumevo.
So Prince Dumevo is the founder of Cherry Construction Hub. We would hear more about that and would see, if you visit the engineering website, I'm sure we'll be publishing more details about all our award winners. So you'd hear more about Cherry Construction Hub. Thank you.
Our second winner is Augustina Nyaku Amwatin.
Augustina Nyaku Amwatin is the founder of Spexline Electricals and Training Services. Please put your hands together for her. Next, we move into the Young Innovators category. And under this category, we have 2 award winners for this award, which is the Outstanding Engineering Knowledge and Exemplary Achievement. I'd kindly like to call on the representative of the CEO of Bui Power Authority to join us up here to present this award. And this is for the Outstanding Engineering Knowledge and Exemplary Achievement.
Outstanding engineering knowledge and exemplary achievement, and the nominees are Engineer Benedict Atapoku, Engineer Bismarck Otu, Clement Edu Adey, Engineer Eugene Entry Boesiakum, Engineer Peter Datson, Engineer Yao Ejay Abrampa, Engineer Reverend Pa Yokuyosen.
And the first winner is Clement Edu Adai.
Mr. Clement Edu Adai is currently the Assistant Plant and Production Manager at Platinum Seal Limited, with a keen interest in material science and engineering, environmental sustainability, and the climate. A round of applause for.
And the second winner is Engineer Benedict Atapoku.
Engineer Benedict Atapoku currently occupies the Services and Offshore Project Manager position with Baker Hughes. A round of applause for Engineer Benedict Atapoku.
Thank you so much. Next, we have public awards category. And for that category, we have, for the first award is for engineering evangelism. Engineering evangelism. I would like to call on Engineer David Kenyante, our Executive Director, to present this award. Can we kindly have the roll of nominees? Sorry.
The winner is Emmanuel Kwesi Debra.
Emmanuel Kwesi Debra is a senior journalist with the Multimedia Group Limited, whose reporting interests are in science, technology, and health. Emmanuel Kwesi Debra has written and produced over 400 science, technology, and health beat stories and features in radio, television, and online. So next, for the public awards, we have the Distinguished Engineering Public Official. And I'd like to call on Engineer Reverend Professor Charles Adams to present the next award. It's for Distinguished Engineering Public Officials. For these categories, there are no nominees, and so we'll present them directly to the individuals. Distinguished Engineering Public Official.
The first in this category is Engineer Yao Osafo Mafo. Is it senior minister? Oh, that's the senior minister who has won an award. Who is coming in for the senior minister's award? It's not here, okay.
Engineer Yao Osafo Mafo is a trained mechanical engineer and So the executive director will take this award on his behalf. So Engineer Yao Osafo Mafo is a trained mechanical engineer and a fellow of the Ghana Institution of Engineering. And I'll keep our engineer president here to present the next award. The next award is for outstanding contribution and service to the Ghana Institution of Engineering.
And the winner is Engineer Kwabena Eje Ejapon.
Engineer Kwabena Eje Ejapon is a fellow of the Ghana Institution of Engineering. He served the GHIE in various capacities and committees before he was appointed the executive director in 2018. Engineer Kwabena Eje Ejapon completed his stewardship as the executive director of the GHIE in 2021. Engineer Kwabena Eje Ejapon is a consultant civil engineer with expert knowledge in environmental, water, and sanitation engineering. Congratulations.
Okay. So next we have Outstanding Engineering Innovation. And for this category, I'd like to call on the president of Academic City University College, Engineer Professor Fred McBagalorin, to present this award.
Outstanding Engineering Innovation, and the winner is Emmanuel Reku.
Engineer Emmanuel Rekubrobe is a trained electrical engineer with a keen interest in mechanical and biomedical engineering. Congratulations, Engineer Rekubrobe.
All right, Engineer Weku Brobe, for having made an outstanding contribution to public benefit through research and innovation, and for your contribution to society, industry, and the national economy, inventing prosthetic arms out of plastic waste. The Ghana Institution of Engineering accords you in the public awards category. Congratulations.
Next, we have also in the public awards category, the winners of the 2021 National Robotics Inspired Science Education Competition. And we would like to call on Engineer Kalian Bouchedid, FAIO President, to present this award.
So the winner is Our Lady of Grace Senior High School.
I think you should read the citation.
Our Lady of Grace Senior High School for an innovative and relevant robotics project that has the potential of impacting society and the national economy, and your efforts in promoting the future of engineering, the Ghana Institution of Engineering accords you under the Public Awards category for winning the 2021 National Robotics Inspired Science Education Competition. Congratulations.
We will keep the president of FAIO up here for the next presentation, which is the winners of the 2020 Coders Robotics and Coding Competition.
So the winners are Methodist Girls Senior High School. And the citation: in honor of Methodist Girls Senior High School for an innovative and relevant robotics project that has the potential of impacting the society and the national economy, and your efforts in promoting the future of engineering, the Ghana Institution of Engineering accords you under the Public Awards category for winning the 2020 Coders Robotics and Coding Competition. Congratulations.
So this brings us to the end of all the awards we have for tonight. And these were the awards that were presented under the categories of Young Innovators, Public Awards, and Projects and Practitioners. However, we have a presentation to make for our guest speaker. And I would like to call on the incoming the president-elect of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Engineer Kwabena Bimpong, to present this award.
With our greatest appreciation, we hereby present to Engineer Emmanuel Entridakwa, a fellow of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, who is the keynote, well, I guess I was going to say was, but I think you are still. The keynote speaker at the 2022 Engineering Excellence Awards, dated November 24th, 2022.
We do recognize that information related to some of our awardees were not given, and we apologize for that. We have given, the citations actually do spell out the award for which, the reason for which they have won these awards. However, we're going to make all this information available on the Ghana Institution of Engineering website, should you want to read more about the winners and know more about the works that they've done in the fields of engineering. So please do well to visit the GHIE website. The easiest way to do it, there's a barcode on the program, and you can actually just scan and be able to visit the website as well. So thank you all so very much to the presenters of the awards, to the award winners, to all the nominees who have been phenomenal in many ways in making the engineering practice an amazing one. Thank you. Thank you all so very much. We have come to the close of tonight's event, and I would like to call on Engineer Professor Abena Obri-Yeboah, who would give us the closing remarks and vote of thanks.
Engineer Professor Charles Adams, President of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Engineer Emmanuel Entwidakwa, distinguished keynote speaker and CEO of VRA, distinguished past presidents of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, executive director, council members, invited guests, fellow engineers, ladies and gentlemen. It is a rare privilege to be called upon on such an august occasion to give the closing remarks. And without diluting the excitement of this evening, I know we are all excited, especially after the match, which was the beginning of our interesting event. And I do hope that we have all enjoyed ourselves, as sung by Six Strings. But one major takeaway for today is the need to be resilient to weather current and future challenges that we may face as engineers, as was highlighted in the keynote address that we listened to. And as engineers, we have all been called to provide the needed leadership that will drive our nation to the position where we all want our nation, Ghana, to be. It's been interesting having a room filled for this very event, and I want to thank each and every one of us for taking time off our busy schedules to be here this evening. I would also like to make special mention of our sponsors, VRA, the Bui Power, Fabri Metal, and all those who supported us in other diverse ways. To the Research and Awards Committee, I say a very big thank you for pulling this off, and a very special mention of my sister, Engineer Nakwe Ballard. I know it's been tough, but you've pulled this off. Congratulations. And congratulations to all the award winners. I am extremely excited because the Civil 2003 class, we won 2 awards. Yes, Engineer Dr. Williams Aka is my mate, so I'm very proud that I can associate with the awards. Yeah, so on this note, I'd like to say thank you to everyone. May the good Lord send us all safely to our boats. May God bless us all. Have a good evening.
Thank you so very much. Before we take the closing prayer, and in light of our Black Stars March and the call from our guest speaker to take a charge, we want to sing something that is representative of our patriotism as a country. And I've been ordered to ensure that we sing it at this time. So I would kindly ask all of us to be upstanding as we sing Yenara Assassini. What is it? And the words to the program are on page 29. Yenara Assassini. Eye abodin din mayeng. Do we have music to back this, or we sing it extempore? Okay. Can you project all this? No? Okay. So, thank you. Yenara Assassini, Eya Bodin de Mayeng. Mojana na na num shegu nya de toho mayeng etrumene wo soso seyebe ye biatwaso nim dien twaso koton krane mpne pense min kuminya adeyembre mu dem na moidalem Oma no sebeye yo, oma no serinye yo, eye sena ose, oma fomra netre, oma no sebeye yo, oma no serinye yo, eye sena ose, oma fomra netre. Please be seated. In summary, this song is saying that this is our land, this is our pride, and it is up to each and every one of us to ensure that the growth and progress of this country is realized. So it's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to all of us to make sure that Ghana works again. On that note, we will bring today's program to a close, and I would like to call on Engineer Dr. Kwesi Nyantakyi to give us the closing prayer. And after he does the closing prayer, I would like to ask the award winners and our invited guests to please come up stage for a photograph. We need to take a photograph together, after which we will all move downstairs. There's an opportunity for us to network and some cocktail for us to drink to quench our thirst, and also something to nibble on. So my work here is done. This is the last time you'd see me up here. After the closing prayer, I would be mingling with everybody else. Thank you. It's been a pleasure being your hostess for tonight. Until next year when we all meet again, the very best to all of us. Thank you.
Shall we pray? Our everlasting Father, I want to thank and bless your name for how far you brought us. We began this program with you, and we have brought it to a successful end. We ask we are living here, live in your presence, continue to be with us to our various destinations, so that when we go get home, we have the cause to praise and thank you. We thank you, Lord, for answered prayer. In Jesus' name, amen.
So if you can kindly ask all the award winners to please come forward so we can take the group photograph together. So all award winners, please let's come forward. Let's use the stage and the downstairs. And the representatives of the sponsors, all award winners, representatives of the sponsors, please come forward. Let's take one group photograph together, and then we can all go downstairs for the cocktail. So all award winners, if you can please make your way to the front. We'd like to take the group photograph together so that we can continue with the rest of the activities down below.